Hello. Now, we all love listening to video game soundtracks. And speaking from experience, sometimes it's the next best thing to actually playing a video game. If you're stuck in traffic or some registry office and you need an escape from the boring routine of everyday life, listening to an OST can have you back in your favourite video game world in no time. And who better to soundtrack your dismal life than Nintendo? Their timeless games have timeless scores to match, from the fuzzy nostalgic themes of Super Mario World to the sparse bangers of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. There's so much great Nintendo music. But please though, where is it all that they've got it at, I hear you ask? While many game studios have embraced the Spotify and made all their tunes available to stream at your leisure, Nintendo has yet to follow suit. That's not to say that Nintendo hasn't provided myriad convenient ways to listen to their music, like the soundtrack player on the now unavailable Super Mario 3D All-Stars, or the soundtrack player on Smash Bros. Ultimate, which you can play in an off-screen mode, converting your Switch into the world's biggest iPod. It's just so easy and convenient. Or the arbitrary selection of songs on the Smash Bros. Website. There's loads of ways to listen. But that's still not good enough for some people. So while we wait for Nintendo to make use of the Nintendo Switch online app and stick all their songs on there, cool, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Or better still, put them all in one place on Spotify, cool, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Let me show you how you can do it yourself. By following these nice and easy steps, I'll show you how you can get all your favourite official Nintendo soundtracks onto Spotify, and also on your phone. You'll be listening to Zora's Domain in the shower in no time. Nice and clean. Step 1. Purchase the soundtrack. The first thing you'll need to do, and this bit's nice and easy, buy the soundtrack that you want. Now, Nintendo soundtracks are only available for purchase in Japan, so you have to get it imported, unless of course you already live in Japan, in which case just go into the shop and buy it from the man there. Now, I recommend PlayAsia. Now, I'm not being sponsored by these guys or anything, but I've purchased several soundtracks from them in the past, and they've all arrived without incident. If you can't find the soundtrack you're looking for, it's probably because Nintendo haven't released it. However, you may be able to track it down on the Club Nintendo, so save up all your Club Nintendo points and nip back in time and order it from there. So convenient. Ooh, look, 36-disc Animal Crossing Collector's Chest. Now, it might seem pricey, but there's over 100,000 songs on this soundtrack, so you do the maths. It's got all the hits on there: 2 PM, 5 PM, 5 PM Rain, 5 PM Snow, and others. Delivery time will vary depending on where you're coming from. I've got the option here to pay about 24 good British pounds for an express delivery of 5 days, but I'm just going to pay £14 for the normal postage and get it delivered in 14 to 21 business days. Step 2. Wait for it to be delivered in 14 to 21 business days. So here's the soundtrack. Isn't it lovely? So Nintendo supplies its soundtrack on CDs. Now, if you were born after 2003, you might not know what that is. A CD is basically an audio disc, and CD stands for incredibly dated, unless of course you subscribe to the idea that CDs are having some sort of resurgence. Now, before we can upload the songs to Spotify, we first need to get them off the disc and onto a computer, and we do that by ripping them from the disc. Now, this won't harm the CD. It's just like in nature when all the little kernels rip away from the main nugget or whatever. Step 3. Rip the disc. Now, this step's so easy and convenient. So in order to rip the songs onto the computer, we'll need a disk drive. Now, if your Mac or PC is too new, then it won't have a disk drive, in which case there's an extra step involved for those people, and they'll need to buy an external disk drive. Step 3A, buy a disk drive. Now, I'm using a Mac, so here I've got the Apple USB SuperDrive in a nice silver colour. Now, this costs about £50 usually, but I was able to steal mine from a former employer, and then that company went bust shortly after, so they weren't able to track me down. But yeah, as I say, about £50 usually. So all you need to do is plug it into a USB port and pop in your disc. On a Mac, iTunes should kick in and ask you what you're playing at. On a PC, I'm guessing it'll be Media Player. Open that up and find the button that says Rip Disk. Now you can select the format you would like iTunes to save the songs as, but Spotify only likes MP3, so pick that one. Alright? So yeah, just let them rip, and when one disc is done, pop in the next one, and meanwhile you can go and have a nice cup of Coke and maybe a nibble on a sweet little piece of sandwich. Step 4. Create a folder and show it to Spotify. So now you've got all your Nintendo songs on the computer, you need to tell Spotify where to find them. So iTunes will save the songs to its own media file, but you'll want to copy the tunes to a new folder. Otherwise, Spotify will bring in your entire iTunes library, and you probably don't want that, unless of course you've got Neil Young stuff that you want to get back in there as well. So now in Spotify, go to Settings and turn on Local Files, then click Add Source. Then navigate to the folder you want to use and click it. Then you can find all the songs in a local files category in your Spotify library. From there, you can add the songs to other playlists or what have you. And that's it, official Nintendo soundtracks in Spotify. So easy and convenient. Step 5. Enjoy yourself. And finally, you can even sync them to your mobile phone too. All you need to do for that is go to the settings in Spotify on your mobile phone and turn on local audio files. However, I do believe the syncing of local files to a mobile device requires a premium subscription to Spotify. That's fine, you're cool with that? We're Nintendo fans, aren't we? We're totally happy with whatever. So there you go. I hope you find that helpful. I'm away now, I'm going to listen to Malo Mart and do my exercises. Bye!